everybody, welcome back for another video. It has been a busy week last week. I will see if I can put up a playlist of all of the songs that we played, the compositions that we played on our concert last week. We played a piece called Umoja by Valerie Coleman. She's a female African-American composer that still is alive today, and I think she's teaching now at Juilliard. She's actually a friend that I know that's a flute player originally and then became a composer and now is doing great things. Umoja, it was such a fun piece to play. It's got some really hard stuff, but it was really fun. The second piece on the concert was the Ravel Piano Concerto, which is very George Gershwin inspired, a really cool piece. And our piccolo player, her father was a composer that fled Vienna during World War II. His last name was Bricht, Walter Bricht, that's his name. And her father knew Ravel, and so it's amazing. She's got all these great stories because of, her father living in Europe before World War II, before he came to the States and lived in New York and then taught at Indiana University. And she went there and I went there, and many years apart. But yeah, it's interesting how our lives have worked out the way they have. And the last piece on the concert was the Fifth Symphony by Tchaikovsky, which was really interesting. In the middle of the performance, like I've played the Fifth Symphony. I think I've performed it, with 6 or 7 different orchestras, and we've done it 2 or 3 times here in Tulsa, and I've done it in Detroit, and I've done it in Illinois, and I've done it in Indiana, and I've done it in Louisiana. So I've played it quite a bit. The only place I haven't played it is Ohio. That's kind of ironic. But we play so much Tchaikovsky with ballet, and in the middle of the performance, in the second movement, I'm like, the second movement, this is, a pas de deux. It's like, it's a, like a love duet dance, and then the third movement was a waltz, but it was reminiscent of Swan Lake. It was reminiscent of A Little Nutcracker. It was reminiscent of some of the waltz scenes from Eugene Onegin, the opera. It was really interesting. And then even the way he ends the final movement was the way he ends so many of his operas, with these long drawn out da 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 da, and he always ends with that triplet rhythm, triplet one. I'm glad that we're back performing, because it means that I don't have as much downtime. I'm practicing and playing my instruments more, and just really enjoying it. We've got some really hard music coming up, like Firebird, and I can't even remember what's coming up next, but yeah. So let's pull out my planners. So one thing that happened this week was I decided to pull out my original Brown Midori that I had altered at Baumkuchen. I don't think they're doing this anymore. It's called Truly Yours. So I'm glad that I have it. I want something done to my original standard Brown, but I might end up doing that myself. But I want to order these rivets. I love the way they look. Aren't they great? I wonder if I can order a set of 4, or just go to Michael's and get a brass set and do it myself. But I don't think, oh wait, let me hide something. Just so you can remember, I had the double cards slot here. I still have my Starbucks Gold card, and it still works. So I put that type of stuff here. And then I don't have anything in this back pocket. But I have a zipper pouch where I've got like my AARP card and other important cards like that, insurances and that stuff. And then I have a insert that I made. This is by Bree, though, from Documented Journey. And it's just a monthly calendar, so I can have my schedule with me. And you can see I've used some stickers. That's one from this month, the picture of lemon tea. I've got my 2016 writing board. There we are, September. I've got just cash and stuff in there. But I moved back into my passport as my wallet, and it's been nice, a nice change. I still have the other little nano set up, but this is a nice change. So let's come in here. I'm gonna get a pen and a mild liner out. I'm gonna open up to September. This is one of, I think, a September or a November sticker from last year. I was working on some things and I was like, oh, I like that. I still have all of those pieces that made all of that on my computer. So our Pelican Hub got moved to Friday the 20th. And it's at 6:30. So I will definitely be letting you know what we do at the Pelican Hub. There's a chamber music concert this week, which is a string quintet, so I don't have symphony. And then the week after that is the oratorio chorus, but they're doing a Mozart mass and a piece called Zadok the Priest by Walton? Sir William Walton? Or Haydn? Because they both wrote one. Or no, Handel. I can't remember which one. But there's no flute in it, so I'm not playing that concert either. My next concert isn't until the weekend of the 5th and the 6th. And then I have one on the 12th. And then I have one on the 19th. And then the weekend after that, which is like the 31st, we have a ballet performance. We're doing Dracula. So that also means we're doing Dracula on Friday the 1st, Saturday the 2nd, and Sunday the 3rd of November. So only 8 concerts in October. I don't have everything set for November, but okay. So September looks good. We're gonna put this up here now so we can see the remainder of the month. Okay, so that's the monthly calendar. Here's the weekly calendar, and this is how last week looked. I have my work stuff here, and then I have like things that I need to do around the house and things that I need to focus on, like what I was focusing my practice on really, which is what most of that is, and just some notes here about a couple of planners I bought because I'm done with this for right now. Oh, wait. I took my pills yesterday, fed the pets, they had treats. I didn't do the water, I did the litter, and I didn't do the dishes. So, here we are this week. So, I'm gonna do the Patreon video. I need to, let's put it over here. Clean up the kitchen. I need to do those dishes. It's like big pots just to, they've soaked. We gotta get those clean. We'll see. Let's see. Pelican Hub at 6:30. Leave for Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. So I'm just gonna write, I need to clean the kitchen, the dining room, bathroom. Something I want to do for the Pelican Hub. Put together inserts and a binder to test pens and inks. Tomoe River paper. I've got like the 50 to 60 whatever. I want to put in some Kokuyo Biz paper. I want to put in some Strathmore. And we'll see. Maybe some rodeo? Maybe some Clairefontaine? We'll see. So that's what I'm going to do one of these days before Friday. I'll probably do it on Tuesday or Wednesday. Something that also we have to do this week is laundry. And I have to take my dress pants to the dry cleaners. My tux pants. Because we wear all black now, so I have a bunch of black shirts that I can hand wash and don't have to worry. Okay. So let's put this Ollie clip I've had since 2014 back on. Still works. There we go. Oh, I did feed the pets this morning and give them their treats. I want to do the kitty litter today, like big time. Okay. So that's all I need this for. I was going through my planner stash and came through, crossed a few things. Let's see. I'll set those up there. I came across my, whoop, as they're falling. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Num num num. I came across my Sterling Ink passport. I bought this last year about this time, and as you can see, it has not been used at all. Like, I didn't even fill in December. Nothing. What I'm going to do with this is I'm wanting to track some things. I'm wanting to track like the food I'm eating, any exercise, any mental health, any of that type of stuff that's going on. I want to track it in here. And so I'm gonna fill out the monthlies like it's my work, like my work calendar. So I can see in the months and in the weeks of the months what my schedule is like. And then I can see, you know, in the weekly views, like here's a week. You've got a day and then like notes. And so I can see how the stress, I know it is, how the stress of my work life is affecting my health and home and all of that stuff. I wanted to start, I decided, in a passport because of the size. I didn't want to feel overwhelmed. I have like 3 or 4 of these standard size Taroko shop books that I love. But this, I think, is going to be a little too overwhelming, like too much space. This is dated, and I haven't used it yet. So I thought it would be a good notebook for that. Or I could use inserts. I bought the sterling ink in the passport size again, and I bought it in the standard size. They are coming sometime this week, I think, or next week, or I forget how they're selling them in waves. I think you had to wait since I wanted this. And so anyways, so I have a passport coming for next year, and I even have a standard size. And so I had just a few things left from my D stash that didn't sell. One of them was this Archer and Olive cover, which I totally forgot I had. I had one Archer and Olive that was Traveler's Notebook size, but it got destroyed by the cat. This was years ago, like when they first came out, and I never bought another Archer and Olive until this year. But I had this glitter cover. Now, when it first came out, when it said glitter cover, I thought it was just glitter in the plastic, not this sort of oily liquid with glitter in it. But I wanted to show you something. This is the Taroko design notebook. This has 68 GSM Tomoe River paper, the newer stuff. And it's got this beautiful gray interior, and it's a nice bright white with dots, dot grid. But one thing that I discovered is, which I didn't know, is this fits in here perfectly. There we go. And there's still a little bit of space, so if you wanted to pop a pen in there, or you wanted to, you can even see here, if you wanted to put a piece of paper, you know, to decorate the front and the back, but you've got this shiny glittery. So I'm holding on to this because I ordered a standard sterling ink because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do next year for planning. I know I did not want a A6, and I know I did not want an A5 because I had those this year and I didn't use them. I had the Hobonichi in the A6 size, and I had the Hobonichi in the A5 size, didn't use it. But this is one of the very few things that didn't sell from my D-stash. It is a Eternal Leather Goods, natural leather. It smells freaking amazing. Undyed leather, and it fits see if I can get it in. Yep. It fits the standard size notebook here. It also fits the sterling ink, I think it's called the N1. And look at that. So I haven't decided Do I want to use standard for the health stuff, or do I want to use passport? So, if anything, I can use this for a journal. It's a beautiful piece of leather. It would actually hold 2 of these notebooks, you can see, or an insert, or use it like a standard traveler's notebook. And I just decided I'm going to keep it because no one wanted it. Well, someone wanted it, and she wanted to only give me $50 for it. Nice try. It's worth, like $175 or something like that. It's like crazy expensive, and I was like, I'll sell it to you for $150. That even includes shipping. And they're like, well, no, you have to sell it. So I'll give you $45 for it. And I was like, I don't have to sell it, and I'm not. So go on your way. I thought it was kind of funny. Like, she just assumed I had to sell it. I'm like, no, I'm not selling it because I need to. I'm selling it because I'm not using it, and I wanted it to go to someone that would use it, not someone that buys things really cheap and then resells them more expensive, because that's what I've seen this person do on their account. They're blocked. Let's just put it that way. So, or I could use this. I've used the size for journaling. I've cut down a A5 Midori with the grid and the Midori paper, and I've used it for a journal. So I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. But isn't this, along with my planner, I'm still amazed how much this has gotten darker since I've gotten it. And it just sits at home. I touch it and love on it every day. You can see where my hand grabs it. Yeah, just beautiful. So we're gonna see. Do I try this for passport? For my health stuff, just to get started? Or I do something like this and turn it into a health/journal. I think that might be better because it's undated. So if I take some time off, I won't feel pressured. I'm not sure how to go about using this because I know it won't fit in my traveler's notebook. Anyways. So that's where we are. I hope you enjoyed this sort of planning with me, sort of chitty-chatty with me, trying to get my thoughts together. These really help me. I might use the standard. Like, look how beautiful she is. And then with the standard, I also have so many beautiful covers by Brie. I've got a mustard colored one like Goldenrod. I've got Olive. I've got Branch. I've got the undyed looking one. I've got one of them that's a folio, one of them that's a traveler's notebook. You name it, I have them by Brie. So we'll see. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll get back with you, okay? Bye-bye.